What's going on, family? This is Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. We're going to continue with fantasy matchups, Battle of the Legends. Right now, we're looking at Ruben Hurricane Carter from Paterson, New Jersey. He's up against Rocky Graziano of Brooklyn, New York. So let's break these fighters down. Now, Ruben Hurricane Carter was originally from Clifton, New Jersey. He moved to Paterson, New Jersey. He had a fighting career from 1961 to 1966. His career was end short when he was incarcerated in 1966. He was let out in 1985, and he was presented with a belt from Jose Suleiman in 1986, WBC belt. Rocky Graziano had a career from 1942 to 1952, a 10-year stretch. Within that time, he defeated Tony Zale in 1947 to win the World Middleweight Championship belt. Now, Ruben Hurricane Carter had a fighting record of 27 wins, 12 losses, 1 draw with 19 by the knockout route. Rocky Graziano had a fighting record of 67 wins, 10 losses, 6 draws with 52 by the knockout route. That's a very high percentage for him. But yet again, Ruben Hurricane Carter had a very high percentage as well. So Ruben Hurricane Carter was born May 6, 1937 in Clifton, New Jersey. He moved to Paterson, New Jersey, stood 5 foot 8 inches, and he weighed 156 to 165 pounds. He was managed by Pat Amato. He had a fighting record, as I said, 27 wins, 12 losses, 1 draw, with 19 knockouts. Now, he fought fighters such as Florentino Fernandez, who he knocked out in 1 round, and very impressive. Holly Mims, who he defeated. Sugar Boy Nato, he knocked him out in 3 rounds. Ernie Buford fought him twice, defeated him twice. Joey Archer, he lost to him. Georgie Benton, who he defeated, 10-round victory, outstanding victory. Emil Griffith, who he knocked out in 1 round. Jimmy Ellis, he defeated him in 10 rounds. Harry Scott, TKO'd him in 9 rounds. Luis Rodriguez fought him twice and lost to him twice. Joey Giardello fought him in 15 rounds and lost to him. That was for the WBA and WBC championship strap, so he actually went for the title once. Dick Tiger lost to him in 10 rounds. Rocky Graziano was born June 7th, 1922, Brooklyn, New York. He died May 22nd, 1990, in Brooklyn, New York. Now, he stood 5 foot 7 inches and weighed 144 to 165 pounds. Now, he was a welterweight and he was a middleweight. He was managed by Jack Hurley and Irvin Cohen. He was trained by Al Zavani and Whitey Bemstein, 2 Hall of Fame trainees. He had a fighting record of 67, 10 losses, 52 by the knockout route. He defeated 67 fighters. He fought the middleweight champion and knocked out Tony Zale in 6 rounds and became middleweight champion of the world, but he was knocked out himself in 6 rounds in 1948 and lost the middleweight championship of the world to Tony Zale. Now, during his route, he fought Freddie Red Cochrane, defeated him. Al Bumby Davis defeated him. Now, he fought Cochrane twice and defeated him twice. Harold Green defeated him. Very good fighter from Brooklyn, New York. He fought Gene Burton, defeated him. Marty Servo defeated him. Charlie Fusari defeated him. Tony Gennaro knocked him out in the last round. Sonny Horn defeated him. Johnny Greco, Bernie Miller defeated both of these fighters. Chuck Hunter, Tony Zale. He defeated Tony Zale once and lost to him twice. Sugar Ray Robinson lost to him. He was knocked out 2nd round. Cecil Hudson lost to him. Now, the reason why I'm breaking these down like this, because this is a good way to kind of measure up how these fighters did under pressure. Now, Ruben Hurricane Carter, he fought 5 champions. He lost 3 times and won twice to champions. Who were the champions? Jimmy Ellis defeated him. Jimmy Ellis had the WBA heavyweight championship strap. He fought Emil Griffith, knocked him out in 1 round. He fought Joey Giardello and he lost to him. So all of the big fights that he had to rise up to, he was unsuccessful. He did defeat Georgie Benton, and he did knock out Emil Griffith. But he lost to Dick Tiger. He lost to Joey Giardello. He lost to Luis Rodriguez twice. These are all champions that I have mentioned. On the case of Rocky Graziano, he fought welterweight champion Freddie Red Cochran, defeated him. Now, they were not champions at the time, but Rocky Graziano was a welterweight at that time before Freddie Red Cochran. Al Bummy Davis wasn't champion, but he was a very good fighter. But his champions, Freddie Red Cochran, defeated him. Marty Servo was a welterweight champion. He defeated him. Tony Zale was a middleweight champion. He defeated him. Sugar Ray Robinson, he lost to him. Charlie Fusari, outstanding fighter, defeated him. So I'm breaking these down. I would have to say that Rocky Graziano had a better fight record, and he was in there with better fighters, and he held up under pressure better than Rubin Hurricane Carter. But being fair to Rubin Hurricane Carter, he didn't complete his career because he was incarcerated in 1966. So we don't know how many more title opportunities he might have had. But it looks like the top fighters that he was fighting at the time, he didn't hold up well. So I have to give this to Rocky Graziano. Now, as far as fighting one another, Rocky Graziano had one of the hardest right-hand punches in boxing. If Rubin Hurricane Carter was fighting at the time that Rocky Graziano fought, we don't know if he would have had the opportunity to face Rocky Graziano. There was too many killers at that time. If Rocky Graziano was fighting at the time of Rubin Hurricane Carter, we don't know if he would have held up with him as well. So it's very difficult to kind of tell who would have won based on when they fought each other, but I would give the edge to Rocky Graziano. So my vote would be Rocky Graziano. I think he was in there with better fighters. And he held up better under pressure with the big fights as opposed to Rubin Hurricane Carter. But like I said, Rubin Hurricane Carter didn't get an opportunity to display his pressure against big fights because he was cut short in 1966. That's his problem, not Rocky Graziano. So I have to give this to Rocky Graziano. Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Salute to my subscribers. Salute to Rocky Graziano. And salute to Rubin Hurricane Carter. I'm going to do a few more of these. These are pretty fun. And you never know what you're going to get. So thanks for hanging in there with me. Salute.